Victoria.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming. It's so nice to see all of you in person. I know so many familiar faces, but it's nice to see everyone in the flesh. So yeah, thank you for coming.
Katrina.
Hi everybody, it's so happy to see everyone today, especially many of you I haven't seen since 10 years ago, so it's really nice to see everyone. Thank you for being here and sharing the day with us.
And of course, Beatrice Luigi Gomez.
Hello everyone, maayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming. I know it's the weekend, but you're all here joining us today. Thank you so much.
So at this point, we will be entertaining questions from the media. There's going to be a microphone that will be given to the media. While we're waiting, maybe Adam can start the questions. Hi girls!
Wait, I'm setting up.
Hi. Where are you?
I'm here.
Hello.
Girls,
Good to see you.
you don't know how excited I am to see you guys in the flesh. Ganito na bang setup sa new normal? We're just gonna see them after the pageant. Wala na yung mga meet and greet before the pageant. But anyway, guys, how do you feel? Hasn't something yet that you guys won and placed in Miss Universe Philippines this year?
Anyone can start. For me, it hasn't sunk in yet. Actually, the other day we had a shoot with us top 5, and I kept thinking like, wow, it's all over, and I placed first runner-up, and it is such a weird feeling, so I'm not sure when I'll realize I actually am in the top 5.
And I feel like the pageant, it just happened yesterday.
Yes.
Because I think we've gotten so close. And even with the other candidates, we still talk to them, we still hang out with them. So it doesn't even feel like it happened almost how many weeks ago now?
2 weeks. I was shocked
It was like
after
2
the competition.
Yeah, when you spend so much time with so many people, it doesn't feel like it's been that long. And it's just, I'm super grateful that I got to spend the top 5 years.
We're just really enjoying our journey so far.
We're just having fun together. And it feels like everything happened in the blink of an eye. Like the lead up to the pageant was so almost like drawn out, but then it all happened and now we're here. Yeah, it's still hard to believe for me.
Yeah, it's really one for the books for me. Like joining this big national competition, Miss Universe Philippines, it's amazing.
Well, for me naman, it's already sunk in because I really want to get my training started and do all the interviews, and to be repeating the title all the time along with my name. It sure is an honor, and I had to make sure that it sunk in so I can feel it and really feel my role as the Miss Universe Philippines 2021.
While we're waiting for the microphone to be given to okay, we have it.
It was given to me specifically.
Age before beauty or beauty before age? But before that, girls, look around you. I want you to take a moment, take a deep breath, absorb it. This is your welcome press con with the media. Look at all the beautiful flowers right behind. Yeah, and this is all gorgeous. There's also lechon over here. I don't know if you can eat that.
Lechon, that's my favorite.
I think we can. Steffi, it's for you.
Okay, Norman.
All right. Bea, this question is for you.
Hi, Tito Norman.
I prepared for this question. Actually, I want Steffi to answer this question as well because it applies. You know that Cebuanas have been considered strong performers in national pageants. But 2021 is different. It's like a year when all Cebuanas are finishing very well in all the pageants. The universe, the world, in that other pageant, another title, in the virtual pageant, even a big one, in gay pageant, even gay Mr. Gay World 15, Cebuano.
That's correct.
So the question is this, do you think these are beautiful coincidences? Or do you think it's payback time for all the beautiful Cebuanas who have been snubbed for winning the crown in the previous years?
I believe it really is our passion to represent our city, and it's not payback for us, it's just us doing our best and representing our city well. And in everything that we do, Cebuanos are always very passionate, and we always give it our all. And maybe this time, all of us, we did our best and everyone noticed it. And we're very grateful that everyone recognizes Cebuanos as one of the best performers in pageantry here in our country.
Thank you, Bea. Stephanie, would you like to add more?
Well, I don't really believe in destiny, but I think we Cebuanas, we're just really passionate about the things that we're doing. We perform our best for us to compete nationally and internationally, and it's amazing how we Cebuanas are putting our names on the map, not just here in the Philippines, but international competition.
Thank you, Steffi.
Go ahead, Norman.
Bea, I kind of prepared this question just for this person. Winning the Miss Universe Philippines crown does not start and end with representing the country in Miss Universe. The bigger challenge is how you will make the remaining months of your reign more meaningful. How do you plan to do that?
When it comes to my advocacy, I already did it even way before the pageant started. And this platform is what it is for us to be able to serve the rest of our fellow Filipinos. And for me now, with the 2 months that's left for me before I go to Israel, I'm just really cherishing all of the experience because it's a short period of time, and I would like to focus on my trainings because I really want to be very much prepared. And I've already been doing it even before I won the Miss Universe Philippines title. So when I trained for Miss Universe Philippines competition, I trained not only for the local competition but for the international as well.
Galing. Parang tuloy mo. And finally, one targeted question. Pagtigin mo na dito. This is targeted to Triple V. Of course, you know that the members of the press will ask you a question about Miss Universe New Zealand, right? But my question is this. Whose advice did you consider or internalize the most in arriving at your decision?
Honestly, it was largely my decision, but it was also very much influenced by my parents as well. They play a very significant role in everything that I do just because they shaped the woman that I am today. And I knew that at the end of the day, no one has my best interests at heart the way that my parents do. And so, yeah, they were the most influential when it came to deciding.
Iba talaga pag-B, no? Iba B. Yeah. I'll give the microphone to the others. I wanted to ask Maureen about Runaway, but that's for a different person. That's a movie. Okay, for the real institution in pageantry, Lolly Girl.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies, and congratulations. By the way, I'm Nolly for OPNG Worldwide. Okay, first for Bea. Okay, Bea, given a chance to make a plan or a wish para not for anything or anybody else, but for yourself, to boost your chance in winning the Miss Universe pageant coming December in Israel. What it is?
I wish I could be more confident. It's inevitable that us girls, we compete all the time and people think that we've already mastered everything that we do. And sometimes it's quite hard to be out in public and be graceful all the time because we still make mistakes and people expect us to be perfect. And I wish I could be more confident in my imperfections because I still have some. I have some insecurities and I would like to recognize that. And if there are things that I need to improve on, then I would be willing to improve it.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mamaya na yung follow-up. Thank you.
Next question, Alexa.
Hi girls, good afternoon. My question is for Victoria and for Trina. You both now have the different types of titles. So I'd just like to know if you've discussed with the organization what type of projects you have already have in mind with your respective platforms. Tina.
For mine, because I am Miss Universe Philippines Tourism, so I have talked with the organization about possibly setting up projects or events with the DOT here in the Philippines. Because as we know, one of the most important things to boost our economy back up in the Philippines is to get the tourism up and running again. Because if you guys weren't aware, tourism is such a big aspect of our economy in the Philippines. So hopefully I can be a part of that, and hopefully I can create even small change within the Philippines by working with the DOT here.
Victoria, what about you?
So for me as Miss Charity, some of you may know that I was already working with NGOs prior to the pageant, which are directly related to my educational background. So like Habitat for Humanity, Gawad Kalinga, and Base Bahay. And those are organizations that I will continue to be working with as well. But I've discussed with the Miss Universe Philippines organization, and we want to really push not just supporting one demographic of people, but really supporting everyone. And also, we are also working with Save the Children Philippines at the start of the pageant, so that's another organization. But yeah, like I said, we want to show that we show our support for everyone, no matter what background they come from or what battles they're facing. So that's what I want to try and achieve during my reign. I want to make sure that I'm really holistic in the way that I approach this title.
My last question is for Steffi and Mao. Normally, when you're a runner-up, your job is really minimal, but the past few weeks have shown that all of you have been busy constantly, from photo shoots to guest appearances. How has the ride been, considering, it's like every day you're all working non-stop?
Well, I've enjoyed it a lot to be able to spend so much time with the other girls. I really cherish it, and I love to have the photo shoots. And I already said that whatever happens, I will really focus on my advocacy. And I've been doing that actually because it is October. I've been focusing on my advocacy, which is breast cancer awareness. And I hope to be working with I Can Serve Foundation even further.
And while being part of Miss Universe Philippines, me ranking as the second runner-up, I'm still grateful for everything. I never really considered myself being a failure, but still, I consider this as a success for me. I still consider myself as a winner. I may not able to grab the Miss Universe title, the biggest title, but here being part of the top 5, being with these girls, with the organization, I can inspire more, empower people, and continue with my advocacy. And I'm still amazed and happy to be here.
All right, thank you.
Kim?
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Kim from the Daily Tribune.
Good afternoon.
All right.
Hi, Kim.
All right. So I'm gonna make it easy for you. So what did you do the following day? When you became a title holder, like what did you do?
Okay, I'll start first because I believe I'm the only one who had a lot to do right after the coronation night. I did, as long as I can remember, I did interviews the entire day. I did a photo shoot, and I made sure to eat because the night before, all of us didn't get to eat properly because we were busy preparing for the coronation, and that's what I did.
How about the others?
I think after the competition, we did like a lot of eating. That's what we did. Like also aside from that, we did like photo shoots from our sponsors with Miss Universe Philippines organization, and spending time more with the girls. And luckily, having this bonding, like sisterhood, it's amazing that after the competition, we're still like seeing each other, hanging out, and making some plans. And how solid this bonding and the sisterhood with Miss Universe Philippines and the candidates we have now for 2021.
For me, immediately the next day, I did 4 things. I slept in for the first time in a while. I rang my parents as soon as I woke up. Then I had chocolate cake for breakfast. And then, because we were in Bohol, I went to the beach. And I probably slept on the beach as well, from memory.
Well, you and I had similar plans. Definitely slept in more than 4 or 5 hours that we usually had. I ordered pizza and sisig. For some reason, I thought it was a really good combo at the time. And then I got to talk to my family and just really spend time with them over FaceTime. And then, yeah, just really bonding with the girls, especially for those who extended their trip in Bohol. So thank you to Henan. We were able to bond a lot more during that time and really just brought together the cohesiveness of this group. So I'm really looking forward to that for the remainder of our reign too.
For me, I also slept in, and I remember I finished my entire meal for lunch. And after that, I also talked to my family in Germany, and I ordered curly fries because I was very excited about curly fries. And yeah, I was able to spend a lot of time not just with these beautiful ladies, but also with the other girls. And I enjoyed my stay because we stayed 2 more nights, at least I did, and Steffi did, and Bea did. But you two extended even longer. Yeah, so that's what I did.
Okay.
And for me, I no,
And in connection to my question, so what are you going to do when the pandemic is over? Are you traveling or what?
When the pandemic is over, I
Yes.
definitely want to visit my family. It's been a while that I've seen them, and most of them are in the States. I do have family here, but you know, my mom and my brothers are in the States, so I definitely plan on visiting them and spending time with them, celebrating with them. And also, I want to travel. I really want to travel. So once everything is open and we're safe and we're good to go, I think I want to hit a bunch of my travel spots and check them off the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too. I would love to travel. I miss traveling and not being stuck in quarantine. So I would love to travel. I would also love to go back to Germany and see my sisters because I miss them so much.
Oh.
Same as the girls, I would love to travel, but aside from that, before the pandemic, I was given a chance to, during the pandemic, I was given a chance to travel from the different municipalities in my hometown, Cebu province, and did my advocacy. But after the pandemic, it would be a lot of things I can do after the pandemic, so I can visit places and help and continue with my advocacy even more and help a lot of people, so that would be really great.
I'm the same. I'd love to see my family again, but I think I'd make them come here instead of me going back to New Zealand. And I'd really love to continue my charity work outside the bounds of Manila. So I'd like to travel around the islands and do things there, as well as, you know, a lot of you might know that I advocate for heritage conservation as well. So I'd love to learn more about the different provinces in the Philippines and, you know, try and incorporate that into everything that I do.
Okay, thank you. And I have one more question for Beatrice, if it's okay. So you work around in Bohol. So there are so many things that is good or excellent in Bohol. So describe Bohol in one word that also describes who you are. Sorry, I made it hard for you.
Oh, it's okay. If there's one word that I describe Bohol that I can also relate to myself, that would have to be, it is a colorful province, and just like me, representing the LGBTQIA+ community, I represent colors, and I can relate that to Bohol because of its diversity. And when I'm there, I didn't feel that I was in a competition. Everything was so calm and relaxing, and most of the people tell me that I'm not like all of the other delegates, but I was so pressured. I was always calm, and maybe that's something similar about me in Bohol.
That's very well said. Very colorful. Thank you.
just like your mask. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, girls.
I'm sorry, are you...
I'm sorry. Positive pala ako. Wait, positive ata ako. Oh my God, congratulations, girls. Anyway, I'm next from Pageantology 101. Beatrice, oh my God. Unanimous decision. Talagang deserve ni Beatrice yung unanimous decision of our committee, judging committee. Oh my God. I'm a fan.
Thank you so much.
Anyway, I think this question will pick up with different social pages, social pageant pages, no? If you're one of the two candidates standing in Miss Universe 2021 in Philippines as well, which country representative would you want to hold your hands with?
I was really drawn to Miss Japan I have, for some reason, I've always been a fan of Japan, and their representative now is a strong woman, and she's someone that I would like to stand with in the top two if that's going to happen.
Aabangan namin na lang.
Yes, I'm quite sure that most of you are looking into Miss Paraguay or some of the South American countries, and Miss Japan is someone that you should look up to.
Follow mo siya sa
Instagram, yes.
Alright. Aside from winning the 5th Miss Universe crown for the Philippines, what do you want to accomplish as Miss Universe Philippines?
I would really love to be an ambassador of this country, and I already had an advocacy with me when I joined the competition of Miss Universe Philippines, and I would love to be able to do more because I'm advocating for children in conflict with the law and the victims of the armed conflict, and I would love to be able to do more for them. And if I can do that right after the Miss Universe competition, then I would like to focus more especially on the victims of the armed conflict. I believe the Philippine Navy Reserve Unit in Cebu City is going to give me a position as a non-commissioned officer for their civil military operations, and I would like to focus more on that.
Are you excited in Israel?
I am definitely excited. It's a country that's very interesting because most of the Miss Universe competitions are held in the United States, and Israel is something unexpected. And of course, just like me, the women there are they have mandatory military service, and I believe I can relate to all of the women in Israel.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for you, and of course, volunteer in Israel. And thank you so much, Miss Universe Organization. Miss Universe Philippines Organization, palakpakan na natin. Sino pa?
Thank you, pageant
Hindi ako makakita ha.
Thank you.
Petix na yung mga medyo.
Armin?
Armin Adina, 26, Philippine Daily Inquirer. I have a question for Bea. Why do you want to become Miss Universe? What do you plan to do with that crown?
As a Miss Universe representative of our country, I'm not here just as a beauty queen, as a representative of the country. I'm here as a servant to all of the rest of the Filipinos. I see this position as an opportunity for me to be able to help everyone that is most vulnerable and to be their voice, especially the children that I advocate for. And to me, the Miss Universe platform is a position where I can help my community.
Very well said, Miss Philippines. Congratulations and the best of luck to you.
Bea, you often speak about children in conflict with the law.
Yes.
Can you tell people a little bit more about that?
Yes, children in conflict with the law are, we call them the juvenile delinquents, and I believe these children, they're also just victims themselves. We often think of them as nuisance to our community, but these children, they are just like every one of us. But the rest of us, we are lucky that we were able to be guided by our parents, while some of them, they didn't get that chance. And it is our responsibility to take good care of them, give them the opportunity that they need, so that when they go back to the community, they're already self-sufficient and law-abiding citizens.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Ethan Concepcion.
Who's that? Who's that? Oh, there. Thank you.
Hi.
Okay. I'm Ethan Concepcion from Manila Standard. My question goes to Bea. How do you feel about the banning of rank ceremony given to you by the Philippine Navy for a promotion as a sergeant? How do you feel about it, Bea?
I am very grateful to the Philippine Navy for the promotion that they've given me. It's not something that is given to just anyone. I already planned on working hard to get that promotion, and I didn't expect I will be able to get it through this. And I'm grateful to them for recognizing all of the hard work that I do for my community in Cebu City. And when I went there, I was very much touched by the way they educated me because they appreciated the work that I do. And I feel really honored because most of the military men that we have here do more than just being a beauty queen or serving their community. They sacrifice their lives, their families for that. And I'm very grateful that I get to be a part of that family.
Yeah, I'm just curious, no? Kasi ako, I work at the Philippine National Police full-time kasi. Pero in your case, what do you consider the hardest and the most challenging parts being a trainee pa nung time na yan? And ano yung makakonsider mo na most difficult and yung most memorable that you can use when you compete in the upcoming Miss Universe in Israel?
We've done physical challenges, but that was the least challenging for me. Maybe it is being able to work as a team with the rest of my tropa in the Philippine Navy. It's quite hard, especially that all of us, we have to be leaders for the entire team, and it's different when there's many of you who are giving inputs on how the team should work. And me going to Israel, I'm not just here working by myself, I'm working with the Miss Universe Philippines organization, and it's very important that we work as a team and that I also learn from them and I'm able to share with them the inputs that I have as well. So cooperation and working together, I think that's what's most important to achieve the crown of Miss Universe.
Thanks so much and good luck in Israel, Bea.
Thank you.
Any other well, while we're waiting for another question, if there's a moment that you would like to relive during your pageant experience, what would it be?
I think during my Miss Universe Philippines journey, one moment, as soon as you asked me that question, I immediately thought of the time in the swimming pool with me and Victoria and Kisses and Simone. And it was, it was after the pageant days, not after the coronation, where we really got to relax and not feel so overwhelmed or feel sad or feel any type of pressure. And we really just got to open up to each other. And girls that, for example, Kisses, she never really opens up. She's very private, but she felt comfortable enough to open up to her sisters, which is us. And it was a nice feeling because those are the moments that you really treasure during experiences like this, because you guys hold on to that friendship for so long throughout your entire lives. So it would have to be that time.
I would have to say when we did our makeup for the coronation night, because that was the first time that we could really bond again. And I would like to relive that moment just because we were so happy just to be able to talk face to face, see each other's faces, because we were all tested negative that day. And that is one, that was one moment that I truly enjoyed.
For me, that during the rehearsals, before, because we were placed in a bubble, after everything, we would just go back to our rooms. But during the rehearsals, that was like the time we were all gathered together, like enjoy and had shared some laughter and moments and getting to know each other with the girls. And that was like for me the most memorable.
For me, I'd really like to relive the preliminary competition. So that was the first time I ever officially performed, and so that was really exciting for me, but then at the same time, a lot of people know, the airport that we went to isn't the typical pageant venue, but it was kind of the perfect place for me because I could, strut down the airport and admire the architecture at the same time, which you'll probably see in my performance half the time I'm looking up. So for me, it was such a unique first pageant performance, and that's why I like to relive it.
Well, for me, the experience that I want to relive was the first day that we were on our way to Clark, Pampanga. It was the first time that all of the girls got together, and it was quite challenging for all of us, not just the girls, but the entire Miss Universe Philippines organization as well. And we were there even through the toughest times. but we were able to overcome the challenge, and I would like to relive that again because it is an inspiration for me that regardless of whatever hardships that you go through, you will be able to overcome it. Just like my final answer.
Very good. Any other? Oh, yes. Question? Oh, Amir from Sociology. He usually covers male pageants, but for some reason he's here.
Hello, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. I'm here from Sociology. I just want to ask you, because you have a different winning moment, especially because of this pandemic. So, take us back to the time when you were announced as the winner. What comes into your mind?
Honestly, I really didn't expect to win. I've seen all of the girls, they performed well. They're all equally gorgeous and intelligent. And standing beside Katerina, I stand you, girl. So I really did not expect to win. But once the crown was placed on my head, I was relieved and speechless. It took me a while to process everything. And I'm just really grateful. And at the same time, sad because everything happened so fast and I wish we could have all spent more time together.
And we're really happy, because actually this moment of time, we see you personally na sobra iba pa rin talaga in person. We appreciate your beauty in person so much. And I really, all of you girls deserve it. Actually, kayo yung top 5 sa Mississology. Pero hindi lang namin nahulaan kung sino ang dapat manalo.
Thank
But we
you.
have you 5 in our Mississology final tasks. But anyway, as an LGBTQ ally, ano yung gusto mong pag-usapan pa about the LGBT?
I would like to talk more about how our youth is struggling. Many of us are going through discrimination and violence. And I wish our community would be more open about it because that's how we will be able to provide a safe space, especially for the LGBTQIA+ youth. And it's very important that we tell them that there's always a safe space for them, and it's important that us as adults, we accept them and let them know that they have a place here in our community.
Okay, thank you. And so far, nag-start na ba yung training mo for international competition or busy pa masyado sa mga activities?
Right now, I am still finishing all of my schedules for the interviews and the photo shoots with the sponsors, but we are targeting on the first day of November, we will start the trainings right away. And Sir Voltaire and Mama J is already giving me my curriculum on what I need to study. Curriculum.
Kabang-kabang kasi lahat ng mga kasama na yan. Well, unexpected na yan from Voltaire and Mama J. Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
As Miss Universe Philippines Tourism, what is expected of you?
Like I mentioned earlier, I have talked to the MVP organization and hopefully I can work with the DOT here in the Philippines and be able to work with them on events or any gatherings or any projects to help boost our economy back up. So, as we know, there are many countries all around the world that are opening back up, and I think if we work with them and also with the health department, I think we can get our country open and back and running again.
Congratulations once again. And thank you. Congrats also sa Miss Universe organization.
Thank you. Thank you guys. And now I think for your favorite part of any press con. Goodbye. Hindi, okay lang. Payagan ba natin? Tito Norman.
Please.
Respect for elders. Go
But
ahead.
this is very nice question for Bea. Bea, the host of Miss Universe Eilat Israel, which is also known for its tax-free shopping. If you had an option, would you buy a classic luxury item, which you can buy anywhere else, but not at the price that they're selling it for? Or will you buy an expensive souvenir that you may tend to forget after a while?
I would have to buy the expensive souvenir because it's something that I can look at when I want to remember everything that I did in Eilat Israel. I'm not also really into luxury items because I'm not that materialistic. I'm such a simple girl. So the souvenir would be something meaningful for me to bring home.
Souvenir or selfie with Gal Gadot?
I believe Gal Gadot is from Tel Aviv, so she probably won't be in Ilan.
It's only a 5-hour bus.
Thank you, Norma.
Thank you.
Since ikaw na yung mauna ka na dito. Alam ko may curfew ka pa. Yeah, yes. Creative director Jonas Gaput says you will choose luxury.
Of course!
Yes. Because the girls will actually be going to front row for some outreach.
After this?
Yes, packing some relief goods.
After
So now, if the media can please line up those who may want a selfie or photo with them.
Beauty before age.
Yeah.